Hey, I'm back. I'm kind of on a downer right now because I just came back from my men's basketball team. We were in our conference finals, the WAC conference finals, and we lost the game in triple overtime. We're down by 12 in the second half. No, hell, we were down by more than that. We were probably down by 15 early in the second half. And we find a way to close the gap all of a sudden at the end of regulation, and then we go into, and then we get it to overtime. And it's 2 overtimes. Then 3 overtimes. And then finally we lose 107 to 102 in triple freaking overtime. Triple overtime! It was 71 up at the end of regulation. We had all the chances in the world in overtime to do it. We even went up by 4 at the beginning of the second overtime. But no, we couldn't do it. But the refs, my God, the refs were just horrible. We got called for all these ticky-tack little, oh, you hit the guy when he has the rebound and you smacked him on the arm. Guess what? They didn't call them for charging. They didn't call them for traveling. They did not call a good game. Either way. There were some fouls that we got away with, and there were some fouls that they got called on them that shouldn't have been called. But that was a badly officiated game overall. I am just incensed. And the game ended half an hour ago. It started at 7 and ended at 9:59. Thing lasted almost 3 freaking hours. I'm pissed at our team for overtime and at the officials for regulation. Because it's one thing if you lose the game. It's one thing if you're down 15 and then you lose by 15. Fine. Your team didn't do well. But the refs give it to the other team. And not call any fouls. I mean, just ridiculous things. The only ways we could get fouls called for us, in favor of us, is for us to drive to the hoop and get smacked around. Not hard fouls, but for us to drive to the hoop and get fouled. All we had to do was touch a guy when he's coming down with the rebound, and bam, we're smacked with a foul. It's probably just hometown biased right now. But it's one thing if your team loses the game, it's another thing if the referees lose the game for you. Which is why I'm mad at our team for overtime, because we had the chances to do it, and we just couldn't do it. And then we had so many phantom traveling calls on us. It was ridiculous. Ridiculous. I don't think I can rant on this much longer. I'm just so frustrated at it. So we pulled second place in our conference, in our tournament. We can't go to the NCAAs. Too many good teams out east and in the Pac-10 lost in their conference tournament early. Meaning all the people sitting on the outside looking in are going to continue to sit on the outside looking in. There's going to be a lot of complaining from a lot of good teams that they couldn't get in, because a lot of good teams lost early, and a lot of bad teams are progressing further than they should have. So I guess we should hold our heads up high and say, yay, we hit back-to-back postseason appearances, i.e. the NCAAs/NIT, for the first time in a decade. No. The first time in more than a decade. First time in 15 years. 16 years. But no, you get angry at the situation. But I'm going to wish everybody else a very happy and joyous weekend. And I'm going to sit here and pout about the situation another 15 more minutes before I figure out what I want to do for the next 2 hours. So I wish you all a good night.